Good Sunday morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
What's up?
Hello.
All right, we got a lot to talk about in a very short time, so we're going to try to hit it and quit it. First of all, I want to thank all of our Patreon members, everybody that's watching, all of our supporters. Obviously, if it wasn't for you guys, we couldn't do what we do. The links are in the description. That's one way that we fund our ticket ventures, sending veterans, first responders, Gold Star family members to sporting events. Also, we have a big, we just kicked off our yearly football square fundraiser. Those links are in the show description. If you're interested, please click on that. You're going to need a username and password. Just reach out to anybody on the team here. We'll get you the information. It's $20 per square. It pays out $250 per quarter, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and the final score, not necessarily the fourth quarter, but this is for the Rose Bowl. So if the Rose Bowl goes good, we'll look into Cotton Bowl squares, national championship squares, and obviously Super Bowl squares. So please, by all means, buy some squares. And also the Minutes Wisely board is coming together quite nicely. I believe, was there 7 people on the board now, Paulie?
Yes, 7 people. Yep.
We just met for the second time just past week. And so look out for golf events, some other big things coming along the pike. 2024 should be a great year for us. 2023, nobody knew who we were, and we were able to send Eric and his brother to the Chicago Cubs home opener. We're able to put veterans and first responders in the seats at Detroit Lions home games all season long. The playoffs are coming around, so I'm trying to figure out if we can do playoff tickets or not. That's all remains to be seen. But all you guys' help definitely. Again, we can't do it without you guys, so we appreciate your help. So we have a lot to talk about. Where do we want to start? We have Heisman Trophy winner. We have LIV golf. We have the NFL, Detroit in Chicago. I know Chicago is going to want some revenge today. The weather looks like it's going to be crap. Don't look for a lot of throws, a lot of running plays. I'm sure Montgomery's going to want to tear it up today. NBA news, we have season tourney champs. So, and what Eric brought up before John came on, that LeBron now has something that Michael doesn't have.
In season champion, baby, and MVP.
Yeah, so we have NHL news. Patrick Kane scores his first goal as a Red Wing. Larkin almost died last night, man. He got smoked and laid on the ice for a good minute. What else we got? The Army-Navy game. We got baseball. Shohei Ohtani. The NIL. I texted this earlier to the group. The NIL is ruining college football for me. The transfer portal is going freaking nutso right now. Marvin Harrison Jr. was offered $25 million to stay one more year at Ohio. And I don't know. I don't like it at all. I'm distancing myself from college football. It's I think they're going to ruin the game. But hey, who am I?
Well, there's no incentive for these kids to stay anywhere in any program because there's no
million.
There's no penalty for entering the transfer portal. You enter, you
Right.
go, and you play.
Okay.
Yeah. I know the rules, man, but it just doesn't make it good for the fan. You know what I'm saying?
Not worth
average fan.
If the college game wants to keep them, the NFL is willing to pay them $24 million, so they're just upping the offer.
Yeah, I understand all that.
I agree with you.
To me, it's just ruining the.
Yeah.
I mean, college football was a great sport, man, but I don't know.
Well, it's
I feel
taking
bad for the kids that get injured
amateur
and never
athlete
play
out of
again and don't get paid anything.
Yeah.
That's why they're paying them.
Oh, I get it. I agree they should be getting some money because it's bullcrap. You're having a football player that's bringing in millions and millions of dollars for a school, and this kid's eating ramen noodles just to survive. I get it. but like there should be a cap.
Yes, there should be a cap.
$25 million is ridiculous.
That's crazy.
You're gonna have like maybe it's gonna be just like baseball. Like I said earlier, it's gonna be like the Yankees and the Dodgers. If you're in a big market, you're gonna have a great team. All the other teams, screw you guys. You guys don't matter to us.
Yeah, like what about Eastern Michigan? They're never going to be able to pay a kid even $1 million. How are they going to get any sort of good football program?
Yeah. Yes.
And
you're gonna have a handful of good teams, and that's it.
Yeah, and it takes the amateur athlete right out of. There are no more amateur athletes.
Right. Yep. So.
Hey, Jason, you got anything, Jason? Because you got to leave early. You got any plugs you want to throw in?
Not really. I was watching the hockey game last night more than the NBA game, so I don't really got much on the NBA game.
Right.
I saw the stats. I know Anthony Davis had a big game.
Yeah.
41
Monster game. But that's about it. I saw Dylan Larkin get laid out.
Yeah, talk about that, Jason. I didn't get to watch it.
It was kind of a scuffle, and there's just a lot going on in front of the net. They were trying to get the puck under control, and then he caught the end of the stick. Someone it's the butt end of the stick. It wasn't the face. He caught a cross check right, and then basically the jaw. And he was probably out on the ice laying flat, face down for 30, 45 seconds, maybe a minute. It was a pretty long time because there's still stuff going on in front of the net before anybody noticed.
Was it a dirty hit? Was it dirty?
The refs said no. They kept him in, but one of the Wings players, I think Sharon, he turned around and just decked one of the other dudes, and he got kicked from the game. So the initial hit, it looked a little iffy. Like it definitely was like come on now. But it's hockey, so they let that one play. But yeah, one of the Red Wings got booted.
Yeah, I looked this morning. There was still no new information on him, so hopefully he's okay.
He got up. They brought the stretcher out, but he ended up not even using it. So hopefully that's something good, but still scary injury for sure.
Yeah, and he's one of the best players the Red Wings have.
Yeah,
so that's no good.
And the captain. He's the captain of the team.
The captain of the team laid out. So
it was a rough loss last night too.
The next time these two teams play, it should be pretty good. Hockey players always go for that revenge, man.
Oh yeah,
these guys are brutal. So, hey, listen, I want to hit the big game yesterday, the Army-Navy game. Again, before we hit record, the service academies, they're a tough watch. Every single play is the triple option, but if you ever served in the Army or the Navy, we looking forward to this game every year. But man, I tell you, the Navy just looked like hot garbage for 45 minutes, and then all of a sudden they just started lighting it up at the end. I have a clip of the very end of the game, and Navy needed was 73 yards, and they got 72 and a half. It was pretty nuts. So at the end,
and it's an onside, and it's handled beautifully. Corner blitz coming. Bryson Daly getting every inch out of it that he can.
Not very good. If this backs up the wrong way, it did. Not very good.
Oh, boy.
Look at that. They only gained, 10 yards on the punt?
2nd and 1. Lavatai. Deep middle. Got him. Seidenreich again.
Same play. Up the hash mark.
First down at the 36. Lavatai getting some pressure. Throws. Almost caught but broken up. 3rd down and a yard. That really doesn't matter. It's 2-down territory.
Another hitch. Come on. You got to move up. You cannot give them 12 yards here. 8-yard hit. Cushions all over the field.
Lavatai goes the other way. He's got the receiver that way too, down to the 10-yard line at Chapman. Field with Lavatai from the 6-yard line. Lavatai throws high and away and incomplete from the 6-yard line. Ty's going to lob one too far. Lavatai throws in the flat. Teska, he's down at the 1.5. Fortner saved a touchdown. And now straight ahead, Lavatai did not get there, I don't think. Or did he? It's going to end on the 1-foot line. was a 10-play drive. They needed 73 yards to get to the end zone, and I think they got to 72.5.
8 of them on passes.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down for Army.
Bryson Daly is going to take the snap, drop back, and
Run out of the back of the end zone.
run out of the back of the end zone for the safety. It only changes the final score. It does not change the outcome.
Man, what a tough game.
It's tough.
So I just want to remind everybody that, the service academies don't get the quality athletes that everybody else gets, for one, because after their 4-year college commitment, they go and fight wars, and nobody wants to give up their life like the way Army and Navy does, or even the Air Force. I think the announcer said that the average of the lineman for Army was like 300 pounds. So these seniors have to drop 80, 100 pounds in the next 2 months to make regs just to graduate. So to the normal football player or fan, I don't think this game gets much love, but I think it's one of the greatest games of the year, especially when it comes down to the half-yard line. Man, to me that was amazing game down the stretch. But the Navy, they went for 2 when they should have just went for 1 just before all that melee went down, which really didn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, so I'm an outsider looking in. Obviously, I didn't serve in the service, but
Right.
I love the Army-Navy game. The pageantry before the game is second to none. The 2 flyovers, the exchanging of prisoners, all that's fantastic. But damn, this game's a tough watch.
The product on the field it is really tough.
And if Navy would have just let their quarterback throw the ball, like look at what he did at the
arm.
Yeah.
Throw the ball and you win.
Yeah. Yep. And they had I believe it was hard for me to watch the game because Tennessee was getting hammered with tornadoes yesterday, and literally the game was not on one lick yesterday. It was the weather report was on the entire day. Even the in tournament game, I flicked it over a couple times to see what was going on, and it was just tornado coverage. I mean, for like easily 12 hours yesterday. So it was pretty disheartening. But then again, 6 people in Tennessee lost their lives, so it's kind of hard to be pissed at it. But so my heart goes out to them. Prayers. But man, it was crazy. But hey, listen, one day, Minutes Wisely will have a group of guys and gals to go to that game. So, Paulie,
Yo,
you have a rant for us, buddy?
sure.
You
Got a bunch of them. Got a bunch of them. Which one you want?
Alabama, I'm sorry, guys. You know what I got? I got a rant about Alabama fans. You know what, people? Get rid of your stupid minds on Facebook and have some damn class.
Hey, good morning, everybody out there. Hope you had your muffin, your coffee. It's time to break out the popcorn. All right. So, what I want to rant today about is Jacksonville Jaguars. Their franchise quarterback. He gets a high ankle sprain during the game, and he's crawling off the field. He's the franchise quarterback for a professional football team. And he's crawling off the field. He's the future of Jacksonville. And Jacksonville sideline doesn't even come out there to pretty much help him off the field, give him a stretcher. They don't know how in-depth his injury is. For God's sakes, really? It's your franchise dude? And that's how you're going to treat him. If Dak Prescott, I don't know, gets a bruise on his hand, Dallas Cowboys are out there with a limousine or escorting him off the field. I mean, my goodness. I mean, take care of your franchise quarterback, Jacksonville. It's ridiculous. That's all I got on that one.
Yeah, that's a great point because
I like that one,
Lawrence was down on the ground. He couldn't walk. And they don't even send out a stretcher. They don't where's the golf cart at? This is your future. This is the future of your organization. And you have no idea what the damage is in his leg. every time he takes a step, he could be ripping it even worse. Like
Isn't
that was
this like a
unbelievable.
theme with like Tampa Bay, the Rays? They're like a lot of these teams in Florida seem like their inner workings of the team is just subpar.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that you're a horrible organization.
With the Dolphins last year, remember that whole thing with Tua? They fired multiple people after that.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have been allowed back in that game.
He shouldn't have been allowed to play the rest of the season.
There's a couple of games he shouldn't have been able to play.
Right, they rushed him back.
But back to Jacksonville. So the news just broke about a couple of days ago that one of their, I don't know, guy must have been an accountant or something, but he just got busted for stealing $22 million from their organization. So maybe they couldn't afford a golf cart. Damn. Like over a over like a 5-year period. I mean, that's not a long time to steal $22 million, man. If you're going to do it,
a lot of money. You're not just stealing pennies.
It's almost five. That's almost $5 million a year.
Yeah, that's a good little take home.
That just tells you
football players not making that.
Yeah, he's making more than half the team.
Hey, can we talk about the elephant in the room right now?
Why you got to call John an elephant, man?
The Bears versus Detroit Lions. Bears versus Detroit Lions.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. You know, I mean, we got you guys you Detroit guys barely beat us with some crazy theatrics from Goff with 4 turnovers last time. And the Bears being so pathetic this year, I hope they show up with some sort of pride and put a whipping on you guys today. And not
it's
only
called
that,
grit. It's called grit,
not only
son.
that,
it's called grit, son.
Yeah. You Detroit guys also took Kane, and he scores a goal last night. And I can't believe Kane's playing for the Red Wings. So you know what? Go Bears. You know, Goff, I hope you have 10 turnovers today.
Well, someone roll a rant intro.
Do you remember a fellow by the name of Chris Chelios?
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember Chelios. I got his bobblehead. His bobblehead is in my bathroom right now.
Yeah, it should be in your bathroom because it's in there laying a turd right now on all your freaking Bears crap.
All right.
He couldn't win a cup with the Blackhawks, so he had to come to Detroit to win one.
All right.
Hey, you ever hear of a running back named David Montgomery?
Yeah.
And you're gonna bitch about Patrick Kane? Come on,
what else
man.
are we gonna give you guys? We might as well give you guys the '85 Super Bowl trophy for God's sakes. Oh, did I go there? Oh, ouch! We don't want that. Oh! Better mute me before I get going here. Hey,
listen,
how about the Army-Navy game? The Army-Navy game.
Half of our listeners weren't even alive in 1985, so calm down there, Spanky.
Yeah, that's okay, but it's still on the shelf.
The people on this show weren't alive.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you never watched them.
Hey, what happened?
Hey, John, that's why you never watched Jordan. You weren't even alive yet.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Oh my God. Here we go. Let's break it out.
What's going on with him today?
Talking about how the triple option is still a good offense.
Who pissed in his Cheerios this morning?
Hey, you know what? That triple option gave you Billy Sit.
Nice. It's like around the horn. You have to get the big mute button and take points away.
Army basically.
He's still going. Damn it.
I don't know.
All I got to say before Paulie cuts us off again, Detroit just needs to I don't care how they win as long as they win. It can be ugly every week.
I don't even think they have to win.
They don't have to win. No, they don't.
They don't have
nice
to win, but
it would be a bad
you need
loss,
to win your division, man.
I think we're sitting at what, 1-2, right? No, 2-1 in our division, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You guys need to win so you can secure it. Secure the North.
We also have how many games are left? 5?
Yeah, 5. We're 9-3, so there's
the last 5 games, 3 of them are divisional opponents.
Yeah, 2 Minnesota in this game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
but
one's Dallas.
The one bright side of that is this is Detroit's last outside game, and so the rest of them are domes.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully it's a good game. We got another good game. What the Cowboys played today? Aren't they playing Philly?
Yep. That's a Sunday night game.
Yep. So I was just gonna go there. So who wins the NFC East?
Sure.
Are the Eagles on the downcline right now because they look like garbage against the Niners?
They played like that against Dallas. I don't see Dallas shutting down until the playoffs start. So
Yeah.
And Dallas plays at home tonight, and they're unbeatable at home this recently. So
they
that's
literally are 6-0 at home.
Well, it depends what Dak you get too. Do you get bonehead Dak or do you get?
Well, I don't know.
Touchdown Dak.
Dak bag of donuts right now is 6-0 right now. I mean, so far, so he's playing good. I mean, they got a lot of weapons. Not as much as the 49ers though on offense. 49ers on offense.
Not going to lose twice very often.
Yeah, 49ers.
I want to break coverage for a second. We have a handful of people watching. Y'all weren't here when we started off. There's Rose Bowl squares in the description. If you want the username and password, put your info in the description here. We'll get it to you. That money goes to fund our tickets throughout the year. So it's $20 per square. Rose Bowl. Let's go. Okay. Back at it.
Eric in the crowd is saying Glenn needs to keep the Bears down to 25 points.
The
Bears need to do a hell of a lot more than that, Eric.
The Lions defense was what looked like it was going to be a strength this year. Turns out to be the weakness. So I have no idea what the hell is going on.
We got a lot of injuries.
Yeah, it's a lot of losing Anzalone hurts. I mean, he's the leader of the
and Aleem McNeil.
Yeah.
McNeil injury is huge.
Yeah.
Anzalone still out?
Yeah.
I think he's supposed to play today, right?
I thought he was out, but
CD Deuce.
So he had a pin in his hand, right? I think they're trying to get him work him in. Yeah, he had a baby, then he had surgery to put a pin in. But yesterday I read that he was questionable.
He's not listed on the injuries list.
Yeah, there was a chance that he was going to play today.
Good.
I'm only seeing Aleem McNeil and CJ Gardner-Johnson, but I thought Ragnow was supposed to be out too.
I didn't know about Ragnow.
Ragnow is out, I believe.
So maybe what's Detroit's magic number to clinch the North?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't want to look. I don't
don't look at that shit either. Just
what
win.
the hell? You guys are 9-3.
Yeah, 9-3. Minnesota's 6-6. Green Bay.
Have you ever been a Detroit Lions fan before? 9-3 doesn't mean jack shit.
No, but I've been a Cubbies fan, and I can tell you what that's like.
We probably need to beat the Vikings at least once, and we'll clinch if we beat them once.
And I'm a Bears fan right now,
so
2
games.
I can feel you. What? What's that, John?
If they win 2 games, there's 3 games left, and they have a 3-game lead. So they need to win 3 games.
3 games, yeah.
Or Minnesota loses 1.
All right, let's not talk about it anymore.
We're
Green Bay's hot too.
You guys want to talk about Kane? You want to talk about Montgomery?
You're the one that brought it up.
Mute him again.
Do we need to go mute?
You hate the option. They gave you Billy Sims. I mean, come on.
You need to have a quick button just to mute him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, put it up on your little soundboard thing.
For real. Lord have mercy.
Let's talk about John Rahm for a minute. The live.
Yes, let's do it.
That's wild. I can't believe he flipped.
Yep, 450 million. Eric,
$500 million.
450 million reasons why I would too. You know why Tiger hasn't flipped? Because he's a billionaire already. He's like,
he's at the end of his game too.
Yeah, PGA. Yeah, okay, Tiger, you're a billionaire. If I'm a golfer on the Pearl Tournament and I'm making $2 million a year and I can go make 50 a year, see ya, Tiger.
Well, Tiger's making more off his endorsements.
Right.
And if he loses, if he changes.
Speaking of endorsements, he just 86 Nike.
Yeah, he just dropped Nike.
That is crazy.
I think
you're right about having money.
I think
Ken, why's my rant got to continue? I'm just talking here now, Ken. There's a difference between the rant and talking.
Oh, look at this guy, man. Who invited Tom to the show? Damn it, Tom.
Better than the Packers
back against you guys.
No Vikings, he says. All right.
Well, he's a sailor, so we'll let him slide.
But yeah, back to Tiger real quick. I think being a billionaire already allows him to have morals when it comes to golf. Like he's a golf elitist, right? Like he wants the game to be sacred and and pure. And I think having those.
Okay, calm down with that. Is that why he's popping pills and banging hookers?
Well, we didn't say anything about it
from the game.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying his comments when he said he he wants people to have to work for their money, have to play the 4 rounds in a tournament and not the 3, and not having the team aspect of it. And basically these live guys are paid up front instead of golfing to earn their money.
Yeah. But if I'm a young, I got to make the jump to live. If I'm an average golfer in the pro tournament,
100%. For $500 million, how you gonna pass that up?
I mean, it's all blood money. It is all blood money.
Yeah. Even the PGA is blood money. Any money in professional sports is blood money.
Yep. And Tiger, with all those shenanigans he had going on years back, the dude was still winning on the tour. After all of that shenanigans outside of golf, the dude was still winning tournaments.
Plus, it didn't have anything to do with his golf game. It was all like personal stuff. He was.
No, but what about his sleep?
He may not be, everybody's best golfer ever, but he had probably the best streak of golf I've ever seen.
Oh, from 97 to 2005.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
But check it out.
Childhood, he just was winning golf.
Yeah, but he's flying on a golf stream. He's got this going on over here. He's got that going on over there. He's got golf. He's got this on his mind, and he still wins. I mean, the guy.
He was a brand name to himself. Like, he was a role model.
And I think him dropping Nike is huge.
It is big.
Other than Michael Jordan, who's the biggest Nike athlete?
LeBron.
I'd say Tiger Woods.
I'm kidding.
Hey, I heard golf is going to sign a Nike contract. Golf is going to sign one, and Hutchinson.
Golf?
Yeah.
Yeah, golf already is a Nike athlete.
I thought you were saying golf.
I thought you were also saying golf.
Oh my golf.
You're a quarterback.
What are you talking about?
You're quarterback.
Nike golf.
You're flipping court. I hope he throws 10 interceptions today.
Oh, he will.
They would still have a chance to win.
You won't see his arm a lot today because the weather conditions is terrible. So you're going to see a lot of Montgomery running over your linebackers.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he will.
Chicago's linebackers are pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got something to play for today.
So a couple of weeks ago, I saw a report that the Bears' run defense was number 1 in the league. So I mean, it'll be an interesting game for sure.
Oh, when you're in Soldiers Field in December, it's going to be just nasty cold anyway.
Listen, now that you bring up Soldier Field, what in the hell are they doing at the stadium? Now they're going to rebuild the stadium right there on the spot in the parking lot?
They're going to go south. Now they want to go south of Soldiers Field, put the stadium on the south side of Chicago, and they still want to keep the team in the city because Arlington jacked up the taxes on them. So I really don't know. See, this is an indication of the organizational failures from very top to bottom in the Chicago Bears. The Bears cannot even put their player management personnel is terrible. Their general manager is terrible. Their owners are not football people. And now they got a debacle going on with the stadium issue. This is a reflection of their organization and the failures of leadership at all levels.
Yeah.
Second rain of the day.
Tough to see.
That's like that.
I would argue third or fourth. Yeah.
So I read just the other day that they're just going to rebuild the stadium in the parking lot.
Yeah, south of the stadium.
Leave it right there.
And
why wouldn't they just renovate the current Soldier Field then?
Well, look at that.
They did that already.
That thing looks like something out of Star Wars. They need to they won't demolish it because it's city owned, but that thing, they need to implode that stadium. It's goofy looking.
They've been talking about this forever. They haven't made a move.
Yeah. Well, and everybody in Chicago, the leadership and the politics, they all got their hands in the pot. They stay in Chicago. They're going to have to pay out more fees and all that kind of stuff. Now, the other question is, they build a new stadium. They're right on Lakeshore Drive, south of Soldiers Field. Are they going to put a stadium in there? Or are they going to put a roof? Because Chicago cannot get a Super Bowl or a national championship game because of the weather down there.
Right.
So if they're going to do that and they're going to go south of the stadium and put the thing on the south side of Chicago, whatever.
And we can't have rich people getting cold.
Yeah, well then put a dome over it.
Put
a dome over it. Cut down on the wind and the chill, and get some Super Bowls going in there.
Everybody's going to move to a dome. Tennessee couldn't have a Super Bowl without a dome. We don't have bad weather, but it's just.
Is Soldier Field protected historically due to the Manhattan Project?
Yeah. So
I wonder if they can't even tear it down because of that.
I heard Eric that they can't tear it down. That they're going to keep it up because of that.
Because it's historically protected. I think.
Yeah.
Manhattan Project.
So
That
they're not
probably
going.
gives them a lot of renovation restrictions as well.
Yeah, you're right on that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
they just renovated it a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, but they probably have restrictions. They can probably only do certain things.
Right,
So
like
it's
a historical
slap
house,
a coat,
like
coat
you
of paint
have-
on it,
Well,
or don't,
the
you
problem
can't
with
tear
the
stuff
Bears,
down.
the Bears in that stadium is the Bears got to go through the city to do anything they want. They don't have like the ownership of a typical stadium.
Yeah.
You know, the owners own that stadium and whatever the surrounding community. They could do more. In Chicago owns that stadium, like Eric was talking about, and the Bears can't even get like. If they wanted new turf, they can't. They got to go through the city for that and all this.
What's their contract with the
I don't know.
city? Is it? I'm sure it's still open because I think they had to pay it out to even move.
Wasn't it 2026?
I don't know, Eric. It's a good question, Fleet.
I thought it was like 2026 maybe or something. I
thought it was further out than that.
But I mean, they look just the organization looks just goofy as all get out on all levels.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that should be another rant. I don't think cities. I know stadiums bring in a ton of money for cities, man, but stop paying for these billions of dollars of stadiums with taxpayer money. So you wouldn't have this issue.
33, yeah.
33. So that's another 10 years.
$6.5 million annually for 20.
Well, I mean, Jason, look at the
possibility
Cowboys.
to break the lease in as early as 2026.
That's what I saw. That's what I saw.
Look at the Cowboys, Jerry's World. He put a new stadium down there. He went from Irving, Texas, down to Arlington, and the taxes went up in Arlington to support that stadium. You know, I mean, so there is a fallout.
When your owner's a billionaire, it makes a big difference.
yeah, for real.
But also, how much
money
did Jerry's World bring to Arlington? It has to be astronomical.
Right. So there's a flip side to it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like a Dion effect. They know they're going to go because Jerry built it. You know, it's going to be nice. This is why the Chargers left San Diego. They could it's a constant battle with the city to try to get something done to your stadium. Qualcomm Stadium is still there. They don't even use it for much. But and that could have been a really nice stadium. They wouldn't even renovate it. So
right.
And look what they did in Detroit with the district. You know, Ford Field, before Ford Field and Comerica and Little Caesars Arena were built down there, that Fox Theater area was a dump.
Yeah,
absolute dump. And now look at it. You guys were just there.
It's beautiful down there.
Well, they're building stadiums and they're building like things around it to go with it and little communities and stuff. And it's making a big difference.
Yeah, well, Detroit definitely is a prototype of what you just said on that, John, because it's beautiful down there.
I bet.
Yeah. So before we went, man, Jason Connor was getting lit up on Facebook about, oh, you better wear your Kevlar, better bring a gun, blah blah blah. Man, I'm like, man, you guys need to stop that rhetoric, man. Like, turn the TV off and literally go down to Detroit and see it, because Detroit is an amazing city, man. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful down there.
Just like any big city. You stay in the downtown area, you'll be fine, but don't go on the outskirts.
Yeah, it was
even the outskirts now of Detroit.
It's really not that bad.
Fine, Midtown's fine. Like, I'm not afraid in any Detroit.
No, I think what he means is like the residential area. Don't go to the residential area. You're not going to come out alive. But
I wouldn't walk down the street.
The city of Detroit is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's my city.
All right, fellas. I hate to be that guy, but I got to bounce out.
All right,
Jason.
Next weekend.
Have a good day, buddy.
Y'all as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No.
So
I just want to say something about the Army-Navy game real quick. The Army almost gave that game away by 2 penalties on the offense towards the end of the game. They got pushed back. And then they played this cushy defense to allow Navy to march down the field and throw passes underneath the coverage. It was almost a debacle by the Army. I mean, of course, the Navy obviously made terrible calls going for that 2-point conversion. That was terrible. And I think they made a mistake. I think they played poorly throughout the whole game, basically. Anyway, that's enough.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if the outcome would have been different too at the end of the game if they would have passed one more time instead of trying to do that quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
Or not go for 2.
Right. Because I mean, what was that? The Navy, the quarterback on Navy was probably 4 or 5 for 5 in passes.
Well, the only pass that I saw that was dropped was a really good defensive play.
Right.
Yeah. Yes,
the ball was put where it needed to be.
Apparently, early in the game, he threw an interception. I think it was a pick 6, and there was also the quarterback fumbled it for 6. So there was 2 turnovers that cost them the game. I mean, just you don't give up one of those turnovers, and you probably win the game.
Yeah,
but also you got to realize that triple option takes so long to score. Like the amount of possession you need to score, the amount of time is astronomical with it. Yeah, you need like 10 minutes to go down there and score.
Yeah.
I'm glad Eric piped in on the audience. I'm glad you guys had a good time at the game.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's awesome for us to see that.
Eric was one of the very first recipients to get tickets for the Lions game. And Eric, if you're still on, hey, let's get you on the show and we can talk about your experience with the tickets and talk football with us.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so there's only 2 more home games left, and so one of our board members, we're sending his cousin to the Lions Denver game. I'm going off memory right now. And then the last game, the Minnesota Vikings, we're sending a kid that grew up in my neighborhood. He's the same age as my kids. I've known this dude about, I don't know, probably most of his life. He joined the Air Force, and now he's out, and we're sending him to the Lions Vikings game last day of the year. So
outstanding.
Unfortunately, that might be a meaningful game.
And hey, folks out there, just a quick plug on the polls that come to the squares that are coming out. You know, these squares, the money is going to be used to do what Fleek was just talking about: send first responders and veterans to sporting events and continue our growth as a nonprofit foundation. So not only would you be investing in a little bit of fun for your squares, but you'd also be helping out veterans and first responders that we can give the opportunity to send them off to sporting events in 2024. So anything you guys can do would be greatly appreciated, fans, and we appreciate your support.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, Eric is saying he wants to jump on, so maybe we'll get him on the show next Sunday.
That'll
work. We'll talk about how the Lions beat the shit out of the Bears.
You just got to get him fired up, don't you?
No, it's all right. I'm on record. I already said what I need to say.
Yeah, John, let's talk about Soto real quick. So you got all your Yankees gear on.
The newest member of the future next year's champions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yeah, made a big move. Honestly, we lost Michael King in the trade, but we also got Trent Grisham, who was a Gold Glove all outfielder and near like a 280 batting average. So
he had 13 home runs last year, I believe.
He'll be playing like here and there. You know, he won't even be playing day to day too. So he'll really be able
What are the Dodgers going to look like next year?
Yeah, with Ohtani. Eric, what do you got on Ohtani?
Oh my God! What a massive contract that dude signed. $700 million for 10 years. $70 million a year.
Is he worth it?
Yes.
What if he doesn't hit?
It's not my money.
I would have paid it.
I didn't ask if it was your money. I'm just saying, is he worth it?
He's the only one that.
He's the best baseball player I've ever seen in my life.
And he's proven he's played full seasons. Like he got touched up at the end of this last season, but like it was more or less because they weren't in the playoff hunt. So they were like, why push him?
And he was hurt.
That's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't get hurt that often.
Did he have surgery or did they do it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Was it Tommy John's?
It was it was common for pitchers nowadays. It's almost
yeah.
And who was
that must have come back stronger after Tommy John's.
Yeah, Verlander did.
Yeah. One thing real quick about the Ohtani deal. I mean, how many Dodgers Ohtani jerseys are they going to sell? How many Sunday night baseball games are the Dodgers? Like Ohtani pays for himself.
Yeah.
And
how many more tickets? How many more tickets?
Did the Angels gaff this thing, and what happens to Mike Trout?
I see Trout being gone too. I'm surprised the Dodgers didn't do a twofer deal and get Trout and Ohtani.
If somebody doesn't make a move on him in the next 2 years, I think he's going to rot there forever.
And Paulie, you were always saying the Bears are the worst organization in sports. It has to be the Angels. I mean, you have
they won a championship though.
You have 2 all-world ball players and are the only team since I think 2011 to not make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think Trout is going to, like John was saying, he might just be stuck there if if something doesn't happen soon.
The franchise would have to buckle and just say, "We'll start over."
Right.
But you're starting over with garbage. Like, what do they have?
And my thing is, you got the best player that's ever played to start with, and you couldn't do it. So what are you going to start over with? How could you do any better?
That's a good point. Yeah, where do you start?
And you had a baseball savant in John Madden, and couldn't, or Joe Madden, Joe Madden, and ran him out of town.
Well, what do the Angels do to keep him? What did they do wrong? Just not win?
For Ohtani?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He wants to win. I mean,
they didn't get close to winning. Right. That was the problem. They didn't win the division. They didn't compete for the division.
Crazy.
They were done by Memorial Day every year.
And he was doing his thing.
I just never seen a baseball player that could do what he does. Pitching and hitting.
What he does.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I could think of, and obviously never saw him play, is Babe Ruth.
Sure.
And do the Dodgers use him that way still?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
They pitch him and hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll DH and then pitch.
Yeah, he doesn't need to play the outfield.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Just DH.
And look at that lineup now. They have Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Ohtani.
Well, the Cubs are trying to keep Bellinger in Chicago. He wants $300 million, but I don't think that's going to happen. That would be
he had a bounce back. He had a bounce back year, but
they were competing for Ohtani, so they've got the money.
Well, he was the comeback player of the year, Bellinger. Cody was. So I think he wants $300 million. The Cubs were on the cusp of actually playing good ball and maybe making a run for playoffs. So
they played good. They had a nice season.
They had a good second half of the season, that's for sure.
They had a nice season.
Yeah.
So I read an article yesterday, and it said that the Ohtani chose Dodgers mainly because he wanted to be in warm weather.
And
he didn't have to move. He doesn't have to move.
Exactly, and he doesn't have to pack shit up. He just stays in his house.
That's what goes back to your jersey sales too. He's got so many fans that are just fans of him, so they'll follow him right across town.
And buy those jerseys. And I just thought of this too. California, there's a lot of Asian presence in California.
Yeah,
because it's close to Japan and the
East. They got to work on the rest of their lineup though. Jason Hayward's old. Max Muncy, Will Smith's good catcher, but no, it's top heavy. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, and then the rest are just fill-ins.
If I was a professional athlete, I'd want to play in like Miami or something, or San Diego.
Well, I think Miami wins all day long because there's no
taxes.
No taxes.
Miami will be a good team in the future too. They'll compete.
You play in California, and there goes 40% of your paycheck.
And that's right, and that's a good point, Fleet, because professional sports is a business, and if you could get down to Miami and be tax-free, state income tax, that's money in your pocket.
You're almost doubling your money by playing in Florida.
Plus, you get good weather, so.
And you get the good weather, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're close to the Bahamas, I guess, or wherever you want to go.
I would take our lineup over the Dodgers, where it sits today.
I don't know.
Yeah, all day long. I'm not worried about them anyways. They're in the National League.
Exactly. You have to worry about them in November.
Yeah, we'll see them.
Dodgers are going to be scary. Walker Buehler's coming back too. Mm-hmm. And that was a huge piece they were missing last year. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what Kershaw does. I mean,
yeah, he's going to blow up one of these days. I mean, he's 102 years old.
Yeah. So, football winding down, baseball will be back in the forefront. I think if you're interested, John, I think we're putting a group together to go to Cincinnati to see Detroit Tigers play.
Awesome stadium. I'd love to see that stadium.
That's what Eric says. Eric's been there. He says it's a great stadium. So
I drove by it a couple of months ago, but just on our way to Columbus.
It's fun.
I drive by it at least once a month. It gets old.
Time to go inside.
But yeah, that bridge to Cincinnati has terrible traffic.
Oh yeah,
from Cincinnati to Kentucky on 75. Yeah. Terrible.
The traffic don't really lighten up until you get to almost Dayton too.
Yeah,
and then it opens up and you just sail all the way to Michigan. But That'll be a good weekend.
Yeah, the Reds will be good too. We'll at least be able to see one good team play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
It is true. Hey, you're not going to hurt our feelings.
I'm messing with you.
Hey, I'm all in on the Lions right now.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Got to have one team, and that's your team.
Yeah,
right now.
and that kickoff is in what, 2 hours away? 2 hours and 10 minutes.
And speaking of Miami, we'll be down there March or April, thanks to Wiz Buckley, No Fallen Heroes Foundation. Going to support veterans to use a suite for one of the games. And Wiz is doing some outstanding things out there as well with his foundation. So really appreciate his generosity.
Yeah, that's a excellent point there, Paulie. I just want to again reiterate that 2024, look out, man. Minutes Wisely is coming for you guys. We're going to be doing some great things. Again, we had a great first year. We were able to buy season tickets, and again, Chicago Cubs game. I would look to probably hopefully double that here in the next year. We have a great team. Shit, I didn't play our sponsor. See,
I told you, I was like, I haven't heard from Charlie today.
Our first week as him on the board member, and we screwed him. Sorry, Charlie. Charlie over at Single Tree Barbecue, and he's a real go-getter, man, and he's got some great ideas for us. He offered us his restaurant for Super Bowl if we wanted to have a Super Bowl party. So, man, I think Minutes Wisely is going to bust out this year. This is our coming out year. No sophomore slump for us, man. We're gonna hit the streets running.
Hell yeah!
If you want some good barbecue in Tennessee, Single Tree Barbecue by Charlie.
That's
he owns the
delicious.
place. It is really good. I mean, just good.
Their chicken wings are the best in town, I think.
So Single Tree Barbecue, folks, Tennessee.
Nice, crispy, fat wings. They're delicious.
They're good. They're really good.
Speaking of which, I have a dry brine chicken that's been sitting overnight in my refrigerator. So I'm going to be cooking with Squidley is going to be hitting it later today.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, man. I think that's a wrap. Again, the Super Bowl squares are in the description. I threw a link in the chat.
Rose
hit
Bowl
us up.
square. Rose Bowl.
Oh, thank you. Rose Bowl squares.
Yeah, we're still a little ways off the
It's
Super
just
Bowl.
synonymous
That's
with the Super Bowl squares.
Getting
It's a
someone's
Super Bowl
getting excited.
square, but for the Rose Bowl. The actual website's called superbowlsquares.org, so it's misleading. It's Rose Bowl squares. Take a look for those. Again, that's a big way we purchase these tickets and marketing. We're going to be hitting marketing a lot this year. So we're going to be investing in a lot in marketing. So look out for Minutes Wisely stuff. Yes, sir.
The Heisman Trophy went to Jaden Daniels, LSU.
Deservingly.
Yeah, so just say congratulations to him. And
just like I predicted.
Yep, you were right. I was wrong.
So
He deserves it.
how many years ago was it that Joe Burrow won it in LSU?
2019.
I thought you meant 19 years ago. I was like, there's
No,
way.
2019.
The guy I picked to win the Heisman is going to stay in college football for $25 million a year next year, which I don't blame him. That's Marvin Harris Jr.
He wasn't even the best wide receiver in college football this year, Paulie. That's why he didn't win.
The eye test. What I saw, the guy was phenomenal. Anyways, yeah, but he didn't win. But anyways, congratulations to Jaden Daniels, LSU.
Yeah, he had an unbelievable year. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good ball player.
All right. We'll see you guys next Sunday. If you have any questions about the Rose Bowl squares, give us a holler and look out for other things coming on pike. We appreciate y'all sticking with us, and until next Sunday.
Have a
Go
good
Bears.
week.
Oh.